Yo, what's up, guys? It's VOD Review Sunday. I'm doing the intro for YouTube, and we're gonna get started here with Zexrow. We're gonna go over all of the VODs that are public, or at least subscriber public, for Zexrow's Winter Royale qualifier games on North America. So yeah, this is for YouTube. This is for both Twitch and YouTube. I'm doing this live on my channel over at twitch.tv/Ballatw, where we can all hang out and chat and ask questions and try to figure out why Zexrow does some of the things he does and hopefully learn from it. So let's get into it. First game, or first, I'm not sure. I think these games might be a little bit out of order, so just bear with me, but we're gonna watch the notes regardless. I'm just zooming on through. We already see. There we go. Here's the first bus drop. Looks like it was already an exciting game, but 0 points. I'm gonna turn it down because it sounds like he has a lot of teammates or somebody in a call. He may be in a lounge or something like that. But sheesh. So yeah, I've already like skimmed through a few of these games. It looks like he did like a lot of retail drops. A lot of like hot drops, tilted, that sort of things. I think he was already comfortable. These are games after he has already qualified. Like he's already qualified on both EU and NA at this point, so he's not worried about it at all. He's just trying to get the best score possible. So he's really comfortable hot dropping. So let's actually, yeah, right here, games out of order. He has already qualified, so no pressure, nothing on the line. All right, you can post Twitch link. Yeah, you can actually post Twitch clips. You can't post Twitch channels. You can also post YouTube links, I think. But anyways, nothing much to say about that. Just didn't look like a great player. He didn't hit any of his shots. He did have a white tack, but I actually, hold up, before I say there's nothing to say anything about this, can we actually go back to the drop and see like what he saw that made him want to go taco? He sees this minis, but he doesn't actually know that there's a weapon underneath. There are 2 weapon spawns here, but this is a good, like, if Zexrow is comfortable doing this, you guys should be too, I guess, because there's a possibility that you don't get anything good here. He does get the blue tack, but taco as an alternate drop when doghouse or blacktops or wherever you want to go is contested. I never really considered taco shop here as a little alternate to doghouse. Usually I just 50-50 doghouse if I see anything, but if Zexrow does this, I can do this too. I like thinking about like Pleasant Park. If I am going to doghouse and somebody decides to 50-50 me, I do back off to gas station. So this is really a very similar thing, except the distance is actually smaller, so it's better for you. So if you get an attack, you can rush the player just like you did. What's up, Brio? What up, guys? What's up, Mr. Teddy? How's everybody doing? So yeah, taco is an alternate drop. Yeah, we'll watch that again, I guess. He does get the minis, and the tact is really nice. Right angle on this guy. He crouches first, then jumps. This is basic maneuvering that people should continue to practice. I'm not going to write that down though, but just as a note, he did crouch first, then jump, throws the other player off. He does have the full shield right now. So one of the notes is, again, we're looking at this not just from a pro player's perspective, or I guess it's always from a pro player's perspective, but he's not only paying somewhat pubby, but he is going for points. He is going for the kill incentive. So this is kind of a way that you can replicate out. Obviously, Zexrow had a very, very successful qualifier run. So I think the important part here is the fact that he got the kill. The guy didn't really loot the entire house. We know that pretty much for sure, just based off of the speed. The guy definitely couldn't have gone through all 3 chest spawns and all the floor loot locations at the same time. Maybe he got the bottom floor and like the garage or one of the chests, like the doghouse chest spawn. And then even though Zexrow knows that, he just leaves, right? He has full shield. He can go take whatever fight he wants. So this is why he's pushing like this. So again, I mean, this is, he's trying to maximize his kills, his efficiency throughout the qualifier. So just pushing hard. There's already 2 kills. Like not wasting any time at all. The other thing is, you saw him, there was like very precise mat usage there. I talk about like just how aware these players are of how many materials they have. And in this case, he had just the amount of builds to make that pyramid, and then the player floored him off, but he knew that that was his cue to jump off, and from there he used the established builds to kill this guy, and I think that works out really well for him. He gets the AK, all this stuff. This is solid. Oh, he didn't actually kill the second guy? Oh, he didn't get that. He didn't get the kill on this guy who he was bursting. I get it. What's up, Homage? How you doing, man? What up, what up? So I know he gets a bunch more kills here just because we zoomed in. We zoomed through it really fast. I think we just saw a player down towards the house down here. And interesting to note is how his first instinct was to box up, and then he decided, okay, now I'm safe to come out because this player just jumped down, and so now he gets him in the back. So when getting pushed to box up, and he realizes immediately this player drops down, so Zex pushes out and grabs him in the back. I'm assuming he cleans this up really easily, honestly. The guy didn't, I don't know, maybe he's blind or something. He didn't know there was a wall there. I guess he tried to go through it, platform 9 3/4 or something. I don't think he had the speed to go through that wall, so unfortunate for him. What's up, Drizzy? Unfortunate for him. Am I in the tournament? No, I didn't make it, unfortunately. I got 25 points. I only got to play the second day, unfortunately. So gets shot. I'm not exactly sure where that player, but he already has a point, and yeah, he just dives on this guy and dives on that guy. Those are two easy kills just by third partying. The path that he took is kind of important. I just repeated myself a bunch, but he went from here over to here, kind of like that. And I think that is good pathing through retail, based on where the engagements are going to happen, where people are going to move, and where people are going to gravitate. These two buildings right here are going to fight first against each other, and then these guys are going to fight on anybody who went like this. So he's trying to maximize the third partying timing, and he did. He landed a third party right between the two blacktops, between noms and the blacktops, and then he landed a third party right in between the two residential areas. Super solid pathing, super solid timing to maximize his skills. He already has 2 points in the first what is this, first probably 3 minutes of the tournament, so that's fantastic. What's up, Zoom? What do you think about, instead of taking damage from Storm Surge, you should have your mat cap reduced by X, and if you're in the threshold, you should get it increased by X? I don't know. I'm not a fan of changing the, I don't know, like the different levels of people. That's a terrible way to word that, but basically making it so that somebody is buffed in comparison to other people. Obviously loot does that, but in terms of mats, I don't know if that would be working out. Excels is in his games to start right off the bat. I definitely think that, well, the Storm Surge could work. I definitely think that damaging people is not the right idea, so yours is better than that just to start, and mats are an easy thing. But another example I would say is, like, I'm not a fan of the ideas where you would have, like, if you get a kill, you would get a bonus HP pool or something like that. I'm not a fan of that because it makes it so that one player is, like, super strong. It could be like one player is being super strong and the other player having no knowledge about it, right? Not being able to know at all that this player has actually 300 HP instead of what he normally would have. And same with the mat cap, right? And there's no way for me to know that the player I'm about to go up against has a mat cap of 3,000 versus my mat cap of 1,500, for example. Obviously, I'm just making up drastic numbers, but that's basically how I feel. I shouldn't have to. I can't know what the other person's state is going to be, so I'm not a big fan of that idea. It's definitely better than doing damage, though. with Storm Surge. Storm Surge was the little mechanic they were playing with during the Alchemist Cup. Wow, this player really wants Zexrow. And because of that, Zexrow's going to turn around. He knows that this guy's not going to give up, so he goes up quick for high ground. That's really nice. Oh my goodness, why is this player pushing him with 40, with less than 100 HP? No shield. And now he has a turtle and free kill for Zexrow. So that's just that player not doing the right thing. Zexrow tried to disengage as best as possible, and the player didn't give him the opportunity, so he ended up just fighting him. And the other thing is that it's Zexrow wants to disengage because he only needs 2 kills, so he's just going to play for placement at this point. And so we're actually going to speed it up a little bit, but just to note, that's why he was disengaging. He already has a grapple, he has a gold heavy, he has a purple AK. He needs nothing else in this game. The only thing he needs is minis, right? The only thing he needs is shield. So he's going to loot for that. He's going to farm back up. He's going to farm up to max. He does not need to fight anymore. There's literally no reason for him to fight. So he was trying to back out. That player didn't let him, and I don't know why he was pushing him with that sort of HP, but whatever. So yo, Meval, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. So yeah, disengaging, getting max. He's gonna get max brick, max metal before he goes to the circle, and he can use the shadow zone as a rotate tool. I haven't seen the circle. Yeah, he actually does need to use that, so he will. But yeah, an interesting thing to note is what we talked about when we were watching Chap and Tom is knows secondary farming options / shooting options. Yeah, and knowing deciding his game state, I guess I could call it, where he does not need to fight, and when he does need to fight, tries to disengage when he doesn't need to fight. Player doesn't let him. Whatever. That's where we're gonna leave that off. Yeah, and yeah, so using the mobility of the storm zone, and also not the storm zone, the corrupted area, and also using the corrupted area to farm for brick is really good. I mean, it's not amazing brick, but it does have a decent amount of brick there where you can farm, and if you need to, disengage easily. So yeah, let's speed this up a little bit. I expect him to kind of just stop pushing, just go for a good position in the zone and just go from there. But you never know with Zexrow. Sometimes he just feels it and he's just like, yep, I can just be a maniac. That player's using a balloon. It's an easy shot. Somebody else takes him out. But yep, there he's building. He's actually building towards this player because this is out. I don't know. I guess we do watch this fight. I wasn't expecting him to take this, but and these nice shots on the ballooner. It doesn't obviously get the kill, but he also shot somebody else. And this player's out of zone. Okay, it is out of zone, but there's a minute 46. There's something that's interesting. Relying on Bloom with AK while jumping. I shouldn't say Bloom. I should say relying on hipfire with AK while jumping gets an easy tag where the player has a little chance to hit him. He just one-tapped him while jumping with the AK. I've seen Poach do this. I've seen now Zexrow doing this. I saw him do it in the EU heats, and here he does it again. So practicing that is super good, I guess. It hits people all the time. So he easily gets 40 damage on this player. There he does it again. Another jump shot. There he's just tracking. Doesn't hit him, but he was trying to track and get him. Nice edit. That's good crosshair placement. With the edit where he edits the Chap style edit, I guess. And that's where people started seeing that, was when Chap posted a clip in Playground. So good crosshair placement for his edit. So I wonder why he decided to push him here. if he saw something that he had that he wanted, or did he just was like, this guy's close, he's gonna push me, or something like that. I think maybe that was more of the idea. If he's gonna push me, I need to fight him straight up. Or did he want his medal, knowing that something in Salty was farmed? Possibly he decided, yeah, okay, the medal's here for me. Oh, he also just needed one more kill for a point because that player pushed him earlier. At this point, like, yeah, does he fight this? Probably not. But look how he broke that that stair to the right to get that angle to break that down. Oh my god, dude, his tracking is insane. I don't want to turn this into a Kovacs ad, but it might be a Kovacs ad. It may just be a Kovacs ad. I don't know. All right, so this player doesn't really have the cover in the house. Just gonna easily clean that up. Oh, you know what? He's also looking for shield at this point, but there's not really any upgrades that are gonna be super worthwhile to grab. Fuck Kovacs AD former CS player ad. Fuck Kovacs ad former CS player ad. Yeah, dude. Zex was a former CS player. Where he could grind and grind on bots and deathmatch. Farmer right back up. Yeah, nothing else to write here. Let's speed it back up again. I just want to watch. I mean, this game almost at this point is pretty much skippable. We do know XLs is in this game, so maybe not. Using the ramp to start this boost rather than using anything else. One thing that was interesting there is how he didn't go for the infinite jump. This player gets the shot onto him. I'm gonna leave it at this speed. Yeah, more Kovacs ad. Why did he go up the tree there? It's pretty interesting. I guess he's not worried about it. He's not worried about falling if he goes up the tree because he knows that even if the structure does fall, you can land on the tree as long as the structure doesn't fall from the base. But easy kill for him there. All these bad CS:GO players being good at Fortnite. Chat Zexrow, the streamer we are watching. Oh my god, Zexrow was ranked G. He was pretty good. I don't know about chat. I know you're mostly kidding, but I do want to say that Zexrow was definitely good. Yeah, as soon as he hears the grenade launcher, he's just like, okay, I'm out. There's too much risk, too much RNG with getting hit with a grenade launcher, so he's gonna... He's literally using the shadow bouncer and shooting AK shots, AK tap fire shots, deciding whether he wants to go back up because the rocket launcher spam is done. Interesting. I like that. That's something to note, right? Grenade launcher spam as third party. Just get the fuck out. He just gets the fuck out. Like hardcore just gets the fuck out. And re-engages afterwards. Knowing he can easily get back up with another shadow stone. That's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. Oof. How did that guy survive? Oh, he only fell on top of the hill. Okay. Also digging the new camera angle. Thank you. Welcome back, Derp. Get out of here, dude. Trying to turret. Come on, bro. Dude. This is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. What's up, money? What's up, man? Yeah, so I still have it on high speed because I feel like the rest of this game is gonna be a joke until maybe he runs into XLs. That Troll Sedge. I'm doing a VOD review. I do VOD review Sundays, so I'm reviewing Zexrow's games that he has VODs of from his stream, and we're trying to learn from him, trying to figure out how Zexrow's as good as he is. at this point, is it? Yeah, this is still the first game, so again, I don't expect this to be freaking crazy. I don't expect this to be anything crazy. He's just gonna continue jumping around and shooting people with his crazy aim. What event is this from? Alchemist pop-up? Nah, this is from the Winter Royale qualifiers. This is the one that I played last weekend. This is the one that was last Sunday. Okay, so yeah, just turtles right on the edge, right in the center of the zone. There's literally nothing. He doesn't have to do anything. Like, all these players are probably bad enough that he literally just has to sit here, and there's no reason for him to push because he already has the maximum points. If there was big bonus, sure, he'd keep pushing, but like, there's no point. So honestly, I want to just kind of skip the rest of this game, but we'll watch it out regardless. He got so unlucky in EU. I don't know if it's unlucky. It's just hard in EU. I didn't fully follow his POV or follow his I didn't fully watch the finals. I know he didn't do too hot. I think he got 1 or 2 points in one game. But like, every time I saw him die, it was just like, okay, well, you can see how hard it is for him to build in EU. You could see it on the spectator tool. It's like constant lag. One thing to notice, how he built on the side of this, and he only built one high. He's not interested in building crazy high right now. He already has the natural high ground, so he's like literally not interested at all. Here's the rift and looks at that person instead of the person that was on the other side. And that player gets a nice position on the hill, but that rift wasn't good. I mean, unless he was being pressured out of the zone, that rift was not good. It's never good to use a rift in the first moving zone. Like, okay, immediately goes, this is something Zexrow's really good at. He immediately goes to the first. He immediately goes to the area that he needs to for all the moving zones. What other games have you played? I played before this, I played CSGO, played StarCraft 2 before that, and then I played Counter-Strike 1.6 and Quake and StarCraft Brood War before that in terms of competitive games. That's pretty much all I've done since I have been in high school, is play competitive games. And that's a long time from now. So using the grappler to get away from those players, I think, yeah, he needs to put up a wall. Yep, that's what he's going to do. Let's slow this down. He's actually playing fairly seriously for an endgame with not that many. Well, I guess it does have a lot of people straight off the bat. I guess this is day 2. Day 2 was a lot sweatier from the start. Look at him jumping with this AK. Like, nobody, besides Poach, I haven't seen anybody do this. The quad, this guy goes in the zone, he looks at, yeah, that's really good awareness right there, is watching both sides. Like, he's trying to cover himself from the top, he blocks the quad off, but he also knows that that guy went out of the zone, right? I'm going to talk about this a lot in my video, is the end games and how people are aware of where people are moving. That was really good by him. That guy died to fall damage, and now he has high ground, by the way. You play scrims yourself, or you're only doing this stuff? No, I play scrims every day of the week that I stream. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Unless there's customs going on that I can cast. I'm trying to get into casting, so I'm doing that whenever I can as well. But I play scrims other than that. So again, going to the closest place to the next zone as soon as he can. Like, look how much he's moving. Normally, like, look at the rest of the players. They're all sitting around, but he has this position because he's constantly moving. Nobody's even shooting at him. Obviously, this is because this is a low point lobby at this point, but, like, having this position right here is so good for him. He's not even building, because why? What's the point? He has a position beside this rock where he can just beam people as they rotate in. And they're fighting over there, so it's like, okay, this guy's going to shoot a rocket. Okay, nice. Really nice. But no, again, another high ground position, no builds required, and just getting so many. This is super solid end game.
All right, I'm gonna make this guy get 4th just because he's been rocket launching me all game.
He said, all right, I'm gonna make this guy get 4th just because he's been rocket launching me. Poor Pox, dude. R.I.P. Pox. Yeah, I want to note things, but yeah, actually let me note. Just we'll go through basically everything I said. Awareness of threats in zone, threats out of zone, and tracking HP of everybody, but specifically the player who went in zone to try to find an angle on Zex easily tracked him. Going very fast. This is specifically Zexrow. Like, not everybody does this, and a lot of people have it in their mind that it's really good to do this, but he goes very early. I should say early, not fast, to next zone. Even moving zones, gets to the edge fast as possible, and then grapples if he has it to the natural highs, and uses established builds or natural cover as much as possible so as to not spend his own materials. Like, that was really good what he did when he went behind that rock and literally didn't build a single thing. He just beamed like 3 people because they didn't even know he was there, right? They didn't even know he was there. You watched Rafa play Quake recently? A lot to be learned from such an old game. Yes, I have. I watch Rafa fairly frequently. He's awesome. I haven't watched him within the last like 1 to 2 weeks because I've been really busy, but I do watch Rafa. He's one of my idols, I'll be honest. Do you have a job besides streaming? Yeah, I'm an electrical engineer. So I work every day besides this. Ooh, he missed a shot. What the heck? What the heck? Oh, there's still one more player up. I thought it was just this guy with the rocket launcher. But just solid. Again, he's trying to build towards that rock because that's natural high ground. This makes it so much harder for this guy to rocket him. You can't rocket him if he's on just natural high ground. Not taking a point of damage to the storm there is really nice. And Luffy, actually, that's a decent player. Or maybe not, actually. Now that I think about it. I don't know who Mugi Luffy is. I do know who a Luffy is, but anyways, moving into the next game. There it is. So 8 points. I don't know how that's possible, but it happened. Maybe you got a point off of... Oh, what the heck? Oh, 8 points. Yes, that's the max points you could get. Sorry, I'm a bot. Alright, cool. Welcome back, Derp. I know you were in EE. Oh, you're in EE too, Money? That's crazy, dude. That's hilarious. Yeah. EE's up, dude. EE's TF up. First time watching one of these. This is dope. Yo, what's up, Tree Stomps? Thank you, man. Thanks for stopping by as well. So, Exus in this game. Yeah, I think a lot of Hands in this game. Cease in this game. You win the first game and you're already fighting people like crazy. Vainless in this game. Interesting. Jay Saturno. Yeah, all these players are really known. Not all of them, but obviously some. EE, what's that? Electrical engineer. Computer science up. Let's go. Computer science up to. Alright, so dropping the retail again. This was the hottest drop, I guess. Toilet haha, by the way. Thank you for the follow. Nice name. I love the toilet. It makes me laugh all the time. Toilet jokes are the best. What's up, Pacifist? How you doing, man? You liking my new mic? People say EE is magic, but CS is wild. Yeah, that's a fact. Is this EU run or NA run? This is NA, one of the NA runs. I'm guessing not. This is not one of the original ones. So I think he already qualified at this point, so he's just taking it easy. Taking it easy. I think he qualified off stream and then ran these afterwards, just to get as many points as possible. There, man. Whisper. I'll check it later, man, after the stream. Unless it's important. If it's something about, if something in my stream is wrong, just let me know in chat. But I'll check whispers afterwards. So he qualified EU off stream, then NA on stream? No, he qualified EU on stream. He did all his EU games on stream. I think he did his NA games off stream. Oof.
Kill. Yeah, this mission.
I haven't been paying attention to the game so far, but not as good as a start as last game. He doesn't have a pump. Didn't even get the kill at the start of the other game, but there you go. Rift to go. Pump. Now he's solid. Another player pushing him. He may consider... I don't know. He's probably still really confident at this point. Again, he already qualified, so like he might as well take these fights if he can. I'm not sure where that player threw that from, but regardless. Oh, whisper into the mic? No, I'm good. Thank you. Shields on that player. Still needs to push him. Confident. Here's him shooting him down. Just builds up right again. Oh, misses that shot. Interesting. Instead of shooting that floor out, which is what I would have done, he continues to build up. Missing. Zexrow, you're supposed to make this a Kovacs ad. What the heck, dude? All right. Not building there is pretty important. How he's jumping around rather than... Oof. He might die here. He may die here. No, okay, cool. If I lost, I would have cried, he said. So, 2 kills. Yeah. Struggle so far. Just because of the way the loot went, I guess. And the way those fights went. He didn't hit his shots, so the fights didn't end early. Did not end early. He didn't follow the same pattern either. You saw how last time he went to Noms, in between Noms and Blacktops, and this time he went from Doghouse to Broken. No, actually, he went to second Broken and then back to first Broken and then fought at Doghouse again. So he lost out on a lot of kills. He only has 2 kills this time instead of the other ones. So he qualified with 2 accounts. This is his 3rd account? No. This is just his normal NA account, I think. I don't think he qualified with 2 accounts. Like, I think 1 was an EU account, and then 1 was an NA account. Like, I don't know if there was anything else besides that. I think maybe he wanted to use a separate account for EU just because he didn't know how it was going to go, maybe, and didn't want it to influence anything. I don't know. Or he just wanted to use a separate account to make sure that Epic wasn't like, nah, you qualify, but you can't play. This is him playing games after he's already qualified. I don't know about the accounts. It's not like he got 2 slots in NA. Right? This is just... Yeah. Regardless of if Kovacs helps or not, Kovacs is the best dev guy. He personally replies to any problems you have with his game and his cord. Great guy. Yeah, he's awesome. This is a separate day. I was looking at the point count. Yeah. So one thing that Zex is, I talked about this in my video, is he uses the rifts nearby his location that he drops, and he goes to look for third parties. In this case, he's looking around this poverty area, and he's always looking for the fights that are a setup imbalance. Right? He got retail. I mean, he won retail, which means he has the majority of the loot from retail. In this case, he's going to be bruised coming out of it, but he has the most opportunity for better loot. So if he goes up and better, well, mats, you could say poverty might have better mats than retail in this case. Just faster mats, I guess, because in retail you have the fences is basically the best source of wood. There's a few trees scattered around, but the trees are always better. But regardless, the weapons and loot and utility and all that and traps, he's gonna have the setup advantage if he fights anybody in poverty. So he looks for these imbalances. You'll see him when he lands Viking, which is his serious drop. He takes a rift to soccer field. Even though that there's a lot of loot at soccer field, it takes so much longer to loot than Viking does. So he's going to have a loot imbalance when he goes up against them. In general, right? Obviously, RNG plays a huge factor, but you're talking about... interesting to note there, he uses the stairs to catch himself there. Just for no damage. Some people have trouble falling off of that ledge specifically. So there's an example of how you do it. Just use the stairs. But yeah, so the loot in Tiny Peen Dean, he's in the game. Let's go. Sorry, inside joke from my stream. Tiny Peen Dean up in the game. Let's freaking go. Yeah, so let's talk about the loot imbalances. Using Rift at racetrack from retail to look for engagements with loot and balance. In this case, in poverty. Fighting in salty is not probably a loot imbalance. Most likely, but in this case he finds unlooted. So he's taking the opportunity to loot the unlooted area. Only 2 kills at this point, so I'm surprised he's not going for more. But if you have an opportunity to loot, you should take it. I hate fighting in salty. Always more people as you finish a fight. Yeah, for sure. Salty is third party central. So central because of its location. It is so freaking central. Everybody comes here. People come here from Fatal. People come here from Poverty. People come here from Retail. People come here from Divot. People come here from Shifty. People rotate here. People basically always rotate here if it goes from southwest to southeast to northwest. It's awful. Welcome back, Ben. All right, so one thing to note is I've been watching a lot of Zexrow recently, and he goes for the kills early to get the good setup, but then even when he gets a rift to go, he uses it for position. Like, once he decides, okay, I shouldn't be fighting anymore, I'm gonna use this rift to go to get position. Like, I lost so much positional advantage because I was fighting throughout the second and third or the middle of the second circle towards the late second circle, early third circle, that I need to catch up, and he uses the rift to go just to get the best position possible in the fourth and fifth circles. I did miss you, Ben. I did. Yeah. So here again, another position that he's looking for fights. You always see him looking for areas that he can both either loot or fight people with a setup advantage. In this case, you're not going to know everybody who's coming through here. At this point, setup advantage is kind of starting to be irrelevant because people can come from everywhere on the map and rotate into all sorts of different positions. But he can definitely find fights at the corrupted zone. Everybody and their mothers are going to be trying to use the corrupted zone to rotate, right? They're going to be using the corrupted zone to rotate, so he can find the kills here. Yep, pack. That's exactly the point I'm trying to get across. Zexrow actually everybody considers Zexrow as an aggressive player, but if you watch him, he says himself, I consider myself a passive player. I've heard him say that multiple times watching his streams. I mean, in this case, he's already qualified. He can play it whatever way he wants, but he considers himself a passive player, and we saw that in the customs. Like, every custom he won on that solo custom day, he only had 2 kills when he won. 2 or 3 kills. Half the game he hid. That's because he gets the good setup from early game fighting. He gets 1 or 2 kills early game, and then he rotates, gets good position, and hides and just plays for placement. Oh my god. What a fucking troll, dude. Oh my god. There he is in his zone. Yeah, this guy has the grappler, so Zexrow does want it. I can't see his loot right now because he's in the... Yeah, he needs to push. This guy has the... Yep. There he goes. If I'm that guy, if I had any heals, I'd be using them then. Yep, there he is. Fortunately, I don't think he can get his loot, but he can run the zone, and he does have a med kit, and he can use the rift to go. Again, just like we were talking about, yep, he knows he has the grappler, get the gold 8k. So this is what I'm saying, right? People talk about how there's no kill incentive in this game, and we need material on kills. We need health on kills. I love those additions, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, he just found a grappler and a gold AK from killing somebody. How is that not kill incentive? If you take fights where you're likely to get a reward from it, And especially in these higher level games, everybody's looting efficiently. In pubs, sure, every kill you get, you're not going to get an upgrade. But in scrims, in high level games, you're going to have a good chance of looting, of killing somebody and looting what they looted. And if they were efficient, you're going to have a good chance at an upgrade to loot. So this is kill incentive. He just got the grappler. Everybody was like in the middle of the qualifiers. Everybody's like, oh my god, if you don't get a grappler, RNG bless you. If you don't get a grappler, if you don't get a rift to go, you're going to lose the game. And Zexrow wasn't complaining about it because he always had a freaking grappler and rift to go. Why? Because he killed people early game and looted efficiently, right? Looting efficiently, using early game to round out your loot by killing people who loot well, right? Looting bots, sure, you're gonna get a freaking white SMG, a white burst, like 200 mats. But you kill people who are good, you just third party a fight. You just third partied against somebody who got 3 kills already in the early game, and yeah, you got a grappler. Congrats, you got a gold AK. Congrats. Now we're talking. And look.
Are you kidding?
Oh, he just that's a rip. I don't think he can get it. He accidentally dropped his pump instead of the wait, did he have a pump? Wait, what? Alright, he got bugged. Nah, he got bugged.
Where's my pump?
He got fucking scummed by the game. I'm just that's scuffed. That's so scuffed. Alright, we're gonna skip ahead. He gets out of zone with the grappler. Actually, he's on the slow side of zone, so he can actually just grapple once or twice and get out, so that's pretty good. Fortunately, he didn't have the tack. At least it's something. Alright, at least it's something. I remember getting shit on by Zexrow in a playground wager when it first came out. Oh my goodness. Sorry, dude. My bad. Zexrow's a beast, dude. That's why we're watching him. I didn't even see this guy because he's looking at chat. Meanwhile, I was playing. Actually, I guess I did look at chat a fair amount. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh, that's annoying.
Oh my god. Get out.
Immediately placing the trap is crucial because even if this guy, like, for whatever reason, Zexrow can use movement to get out of the box, and that guy has to spend time to get out of the box. He has to. If you can get this good speed, it shouldn't interrupt you escaping or taking shots. If you're really fast at placing that trap, practice like placing a wall, placing a trap, and then switching back to your weapon and taking a shot. That's really good because he just did that really fast. He barely lost any HP to the guy spamming, and then got him trapped under a stair again and went from there. He'll right back up, and we'll see. That's a very good point. I only won 1 or 2 games in the qual without a grappler. I should take those mid game. Yep. The flip side is you'll see him do this really well, but once you get your items, once you get what you need, you don't take any more fights. Like Zexrow's struggling to get to the 7 kills here, and he knows that, so he's starting to play more passive. Watch the jumping AK again. Guaranteed. There's really good movement there, staying on top of his floor. Very solid movement. All the games I won, I took early fights. I didn't realize that at first, but now that you say it makes some sense. Yep. It's kill incentive. Play aggro early and then passive late game. Yeah, I would agree with that to start, right? That's a good rule of thumb to start with, but I think it gets more nuanced than that, and I think we're kind of trying to touch on that a little bit with the with talking about setup imbalances in the early game. Like, you don't want to just willy-nilly just push every single person you see, because sometimes that fight's not even gonna be worth, right? Because that guy has like decent, sure, he would have equal loot. Like if you can find the early fights that are imbalanced where you 100%, well, not 100%, RNG is always a thing, but where you have a good chance of having the advantage just based off of loot, that's what I'm talking about in terms of setup and balance. So really good patient play, right? He doesn't need to get in the zone here. I mean, he does need to, obviously he needs to get in the zone, but like he doesn't need to rush to it. Oof, just fell off.
One by one.
Okay.
How do I lose that?
That's a rip.
3
He
tag
didn't
shots
hit the shot.
Of course he's having me going as one by one, dude. He can't kill anyone any other way.
He did not hit the tack shots to the face, and that's why he lost that fight. Because he got like 4 shots before the guy even took 1 pump shot, or maybe 3 shots before the guy took 1 pump shot. Feels bad. Somebody won't take a fight unless I have a shotgun or RPG. Yeah, that's the old scrim mentality, right? Where placement doesn't matter, but kill incentive is here. And Matt Cap makes it so that you need mobility in the end game. And that simple rule doesn't mean that you go to the end game kicking and screaming and saying, I don't have mobility. Right? We got to do everything we can to reduce the RNG that's going to influence you. It's funny, a lot of the pros that were in that game got kicked out, and they're back in this game. So switching up his drop. Again, I do want to note, he loves spots that have rifts. Right? Because he could use those rifts to go find those setup imbalances and third-party fights. I'm not sure what that guy's doing. Really not sure what that guy's doing. His name was Nut. His name was Nut. It's another guy. He only has a pump. This guy has a revolver. Nice. Not sure why. So people just like are running up at him without any care in the world. So okay, that's a really nice trick to loot this place. So whenever you like learning a new place, you know how you struggle to get to these chests? There you go. Let's go to game 3. Let me actually write that down because I do want to learn how to loot castle. I stay away from this place at all costs because I don't know how to loot this place. So using the stairs, the tower to get the top chests. Rotate it backwards, right? There's a note. I mean, it's not the most, obviously everybody knows how to do that. It's not the most, I don't know, revolutionary little tip, but that's how you do it. Very simple. Don't fuck around with going inside and placing the stairs in the inside and realizing the chest's on top of you. Just take a note. Here's how you do it. Don't mess up anymore, you know? When third partying, do you normally land on top of the build or land further away and take shots with an AR? Let's see how Zexrow does it. That's a good question. Try to answer by watching. Yeah, let's actually note that question. Question. When third partying, do you normally land on top of the build, land farther away and take shots with an AR? I kind of know the answer just by watching what Zexrow does, but I think we'll see it in these games. I think we will see it. For sure. I mean, he's coming up on an opportunity right here, taking shots far. That doesn't really answer your question because you're talking about specifically when you're third partying with a rift. But I think we learned from Tfue that taking shots in anybody is always good. You never know what the other player's HP is going to be unless you hit them once, right? And even then, you don't really have a good picture of what their HP is. While sure, you can get an idea if the guy has shield, he's likely still somewhat good HP. But, ooh, that was sick. That was really nice. That was really nice. So, ramping towards each other. I always see, yeah, it's a new mic shoot and a new angle. I'm using the camera straight ahead instead of to my side where Chad is. But definitely a new mic, obviously. Not obviously, but yeah, new mic. So I always see pros go for shots when they're ramping towards each other. They go for shots on the people's builds, and I'm like, how does that help? Right? You never actually knock the guy down. Right? So you saw him there use a deagle. The guy started to ramp. He ramp while floored. Whenever I do that, I shoot a deagle. I'm like, oh, this guy starts ramp while floor, and then I'm like, oh, freak! Like I'm not actually gonna knock him down. Right? I'm basically wasting time when I do that. So I stopped doing it. I didn't understand why pros did that. And the answer is very clear now that I see Zexrow do it, right? He took a deagle shot, took a pump shot, took another deagle shot, and you saw what that guy did. He actually went back down his build to stop it from falling. You know what I'm saying? He went back down the build, and that gave Zexrow the ability to actually, get above him with the ramp. So that was really good. The mic is a little bit close to your mouth. I've tested it. Let me know if it clips, but it's not. It shouldn't clip. You obviously want the mic as. I'm not gonna go into audio, but I've tried to do my studies. I have an issue with myself giving a lot of like mouth noises, like that kind of shit. That's my own fault. I have a lot of saliva. I don't swallow enough. But I tested the levels and stuff like that. It should be okay. If it does clip, let me know though. So ramping towards each other, shooting builds out. Keep the pressure up, and you'll have the guy. Keep the pressure up, and you'll have the guy falling back to replace his builds, right? Giving you the space to continue up, right? One thing I would add is a noise gate so it doesn't pick up your keyboard. Yeah, I have it. I might have lowered it too much, but yeah, I was typing all that. So I do have a noise gate. I need to add a noise suppression filter, but I want to do it through voice meter. So I'll do it eventually for sure. Because I had that before in OBS, but I didn't like the OBS filter. So I'm going to add some filters to my voice meter to get the noise suppression. Yo, thank you for the follows. K Slays. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, so giving you the space to continue up. That's all I want to say about that. And then he had the nice edit, which was cool, which was the same thing we saw earlier, the chap style edit. He's comfortable pushing through there, but that was a little bit of risky push, right? Because this guy has the right shoulder peak, and Zexrow is peeking with his left shoulder. A little bit of a risky push, but it's fine. Zexrow had 200, so you can just do that and hit the headshot and just win. So how do you do that? My mic. You can use there's filters in OBS to do noise gate, and yeah, just YouTube noise gate in OBS, and there's tons of tutorials on actually how to use it. I use specifically a program called Voice Meter because I have a lot of audio routing stuff. Oh my goodness, what are you doing? That was nuts. I'm gonna watch this back, so if anybody is worried about how I'm not commenting on what this is, that was nuts. Let's go back. Okay, so the sound cue was the guy playing. The guy was down on the floor. The sound cue was down there on the floor, and Zexrow immediately realizes and pyramids the stairs above. Even though this stair isn't something, this stair right here is not what this guy placed, but it is what the guy is gonna try to go up, right? So he pyramids it regardless and goes to the side immediately, so that's cool. Immediately blocks it up, and he goes above it with the 180. From here, he needs to realize where the guy is, and he unfortunately misses a shot, but he backs off. This is nice. This peak right here is questionable, where he goes across this wall. He again is left shoulder peeking, and that does, honestly, he only did 40. This guy did probably 40 as well, so it ends up being okay. But if that guy had better aim, actually he only did 20, so that trade was not worth it at all. Maybe an edit would have been better there, but regardless, that was a good edit down, right? He's changing his position very fast, right? If he came through over here, this guy is looking at him, obviously, because that's the last time that he saw him. But now that he goes down, it's really easy. The guy is gonna think that he's gonna peak with the same level, right? Changing your levels is super important in this game. Okay, so even though there are established ramps that may not be the opponent's, or the opponent may not be there, right? Still good to pyramid. And we saw Zexrow do that there, and that stops the guy if he wants to go up there. Like, he can't anymore. He can't use that as an option. He has to go around. He has to ramp to the side or do something else, right? So this gives him the ability to go for high ground if that player wanted to use that ramp from the start. Obviously, he could have ramped from one square behind, and that would have been good too. But yeah. And then changing levels during build fights when the opponent is static, I guess I want to say, when the opponent is static, staying in one position. Yeah. I have hardware that compresses my microphone. Yeah. If I had a nice mixer, I would definitely want to, not even just a nice mixer, but get a standalone compressor. I definitely want to do all that in the future. I'm not at your level yet, Pac. In terms of audio, I'm not at that level. I want to be. So you got to teach me, senpai. You got to teach me, senpai. Does a pop filter help? Yeah. Especially if you have a very, like, for me it helps tremendously because I have a lot of breathing. I breathe heavy, right? I'm sure you guys have noticed it in the past. I breathe heavy, and that's very important. For a pop filter is basically avoid, like, helping to reduce that noise coming in. And also if you have a voice where, like, you do a lot of and shit like that, it helps a lot. But anyways, yeah, so actually I really like the castle drop. I really like the castle drop, regardless of how hard it is to loot. Yo, Plaz, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate that. I really like the castle drop because not only is it one rift up on the castle, obviously we can't see the map anymore, but the castle over here, there's a rift somewhere like over here or something like that. And then not only is Pleasant right here where you can get a lot more loot, and you can third party on Pleasant, but you have these rifts as well to go even farther. So if you want to just get out of there, you can. If you want to third party more with more rifts, you can go to Motel, you can go to Leaky Lake and get so much more loot. So this is a really good drop spot and a really good pattern, right? It's not the same as like maybe Viking, because the loot at castle is way harder to get, but it's definitely an option, right? Definitely an option. And he comes out of this with 5 kills, right? The delay in landing castle didn't delay him that much. He still got 5 kills out of Pleasant. I want to be clear there, or 3 kills out of Pleasant, I guess. And then he can use the quad crashes as well. Pop filter helps with P's or B's or any sharp sounds. Yeah, there's a word for it. I forgot what the word is, but if Tim was here, he could tell us. Maybe Pac knows as well. Pac. Pacifist. I don't know why I call you Pac. It's pass. So like, what is the... What's Pac? What is that? Hard consonants? Yeah, there's a fancier word, but yeah, that's definitely it. 3-pack, the pack. I think there's an actual single word for it. Yeah, it's something like syllabus. Syllabus? That sounds right. It's something like that. Aspirated plosives? Huh. I haven't heard of that, but I believe you. What's up, LV? How are you doing, man? It's actually just really bad with the quad launcher rotates. I'm just gonna point that out. You definitely didn't practice this. Syllabus is the correct word as well. Okay, awesome. I'm not as much as a bot. Yeesh. ASMR. You farted? Dude, nice. That's awesome. I'm happy you were able to get that flatulence out of your body. I hope it smells very nice. Yikes. Yikes. This dude said syllabus. No, I didn't. Come on, LV. You can't just... come on, Evolve. You can't just come in here and roast me like that. This rotate is manga. Yeah. Well, okay. So actually, like... It was really odd, and he lost a lot of HP with his quad, and he didn't have the like super slick quad crasher rotate, but he was doing something deliberate there, right? He wasn't just like willy-nilly just going straight to zone, right? Again, we always talk about, I mean, we have talked about so far how much he likes to go for fights. And if we look at his loadout right now, one thing that he's missing is that AK. He doesn't have that AK yet. He has a blue pump, he has a purple SMG, he has the grappler, and he has medkit. So things that he wants to upgrade, this he wants to get to an AK, this he wants to get to minis, everything else he's happy with, and he also wants to max out on brick and metal, right? So what he was doing was not just, let's imagine the map is over here, right? So we have tilted up here, we have shifty over here, we have the corrupted zone over here, we have the river over here, right? And then we have salty over here. We have people rotating from factories and stuff like that from there. Let me erase all this bullshit over here. Yeah, so he came from Pleasant down towards Tilted, right? Towards the Tilted Hill. And then he rotated across to Shifty. Anybody coming from Corrupted Zone is going to Shifty. Corrupted Zone being Greasy Grove rotators. This is possibly Valhalla rotators. He's looking for the fights. He's looking for people to engage. He just didn't find any. So that's unfortunate, and that is the RNG of the game. But he does have like somewhat of a good setup because he already found people. He already looted castle and he killed everybody in Pleasant. So he has the good loot already. The only thing is he fought so early that nobody has mats. So he wants that brick and metal right now. He wants that bad. Otherwise now he's probably going to sit here and farm the brick in the shadow zone if he can. Oh, actually he finds a fight. So maybe he get this kill. This player needs to get out. Oh my goodness. Free kill. Whoa, what's that program you're using? It's called Epic Pen. Yeah, so, okay, he got some meds. There's only one mini there. I don't think he meant to drop the grappler. I think that was a mistake. I hope he's not actually doing that. No! Yikes, maybe. It's a grappler for one mini. I think if he noticed this, I obviously don't think he's playing as hard as he can. I think if he noticed this, he might play drop the mini for the or drop the medkits for. Well, it's 3 medkits versus 1 mini. I'd take the medkits, but I'm not sure. Maybe that was an intentional decision, but I seem to think that he would want the. I don't know, maybe he's still looking for fights. Now that I rationalize this, maybe he's still looking for fights, so he wants the mini, and he's thinking, I'll pick up a grappler on the next couple fights anyways. I suck at flying the quad crasher. You should practice, man. It's really good. If you practice too late, they're gonna nerf it eventually, so you might as well try to use it as much as possible before it gets nerfed. Especially if they're doing tournaments like this that you want to actually perform in. Okay, he sees a player. He's going to drop down immediately as he starts shooting. He wants to close the distance more. Oh, that's awkward. Yeah, I don't know about that, Chief. Okay, built way too high, too fast. Oof. 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 Ooh! You saw that? You saw how he turned and placed the stair? That was nice. That was nice. Off a build, give yourself the idea to, I don't know why I'm saying give yourself the idea to, but whatever, that's a weird sentence. Give yourself the idea to rotate your body and place the stair rather than trying to place the floor on the stair and then out with another floor. That was really nice. Good catch. Interesting play. Ooh, he has that slick edit. Oh my, nice catch. So it's actually really awkward. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, when you try to shoot somebody out, it's really easy for them to actually phase up. Phase the fuck up. It's really easy for them to just jump, place the floor. Even if they're falling through it, they place the floor, they like phase up regardless. So I don't know, it's unfortunate, it's annoying, but that's a mechanic that you need to know. Sometimes it ends up. Ooh, nice catch. Immediately. Oof. Cease. Oof. Big oof. Cease. All right. So there's the Scar. He wanted that for sure. He wanted an upgrade on his AR. Didn't get the grappler that he may have wanted, but nice. When you're making the notes, I think it would really help out those who are looking back on it if you made timestamps for the notes corresponding to the VODs. Just an idea. Yeah, that would make sense, but I don't use VODs that you guys can see, right? I download these and I collate them and stuff like that. I merge them and stuff, so the timestamps wouldn't be relevant. I do talk about game 2 and whatever, so like... So one thing that's useful, right, is I do put game 2 so you can kind of scroll through. Maybe I'll put timestamps in my YouTube videos. And I actually do that. I've done that in the past for like my Reddit posts. But that's about as far as I'm willing to go. It's too much effort to do anything else. But thank you for the suggestion. I appreciate that. Ooh. All right. So there's something actually. Oh my God. Tempe. All right. AK. Now he has is the AK, and he has some shockwaves. So that's a replacement for the grappler. All right, he's gonna pyramid himself. Okay, nice. Oh, I can open the notes. Thank God, I didn't know. Yep, follow along. Exclamation point notes. Yeah. So 2 things. Still fighting mid-second circle, right? Good. It's not bad. And it also depends on the amount of players up, right? So typically in like a custom, you're gonna have 40 players at this stage in the game. Or no, you're probably gonna have 50 players at this stage in the game, and it's starting to get super congested, but you can still find some free space to make fights, right? You can still find a bit of free space to make fights. This is typically the stage in the game that Zexrow's like, okay, I'm done fighting for the game, or whatever it is. This is typically that time, right? He already has 8 kills. So he's definitely happy. He's going to have what he needs for the end game. He has the shockwave grenades. He has the AK. He has the SMG. He has the pump. He has heals. So that's good. Obviously, the medkits are not a really good end game item right now, as you really can't get it off at any time, almost ever. Yeah, when he posts them, they're right there. Exclamation point notes. There's a timer that posts them every 10 minutes. So still fighting mid-second circle good. He rewards himself with max brick, max metal. Easy to refarm on wood in the rotational stages of the game. Rotational stages, I really want to say early mid-game. So, yep, and rewards himself with the upgraded AR, Scar to AK with the 2 fights recently, and shockwave grenades. Shockwaves. I'm not sure if he's going to pick up the shockwaves. We'll see. I'm not sure if he noticed them. He might not have, because he's paying a lot of attention to chat. So he may not have. Yeah, he's going to pick up that mini and farm some wood back up. Yeah, he doesn't care about the shockwaves. But he could have. He could have. Damn, I gotta speed this up. Speeding it up.
Don't use shield, please.
Don't use shield, please, and he starts spamming.
How do I get third party there and this guy doesn't do?
Gold AK, so going up in the world even more. Full materials, 1 mini. He's still stuck at 1 mini because the players that he fought apparently have been getting into large fights. Another third party. This is good. This is good. He finds an opportunity third party. He takes it. Why not? There's a gold. There's a purple heavy, a grappler, more minis. I think he's picking the medkits maybe because he knows that this game is fairly low amount of players and fairly uncongested, so he has time to maybe use the medkit. I don't know. I'm not sure why he's holding on to the medkits now. Like, as you get to the late game, the medkits are so useless. But who knows? Maybe he needs them. Do you not have a speed control hotkey? I do, but it's annoying. The way that the program works. It's an annoying hotkey that I haven't really learned yet. Eventually I'll learn it. I'll make it part of my muscle memory, but For now, I don't have it. Okay, turtling up in a house. It's pretty nice. Actually, let me see if this is the speed. Yeah, right here. Okay. We learned it. We almost learned it. Is it control plus? I don't know how to do it. Let's see. Playback. Speed. No, I don't know. There we go. Hey, we here. We out here. Okay, I got him. Thank you. Thank you for forcing me to learn. So, that's pretty good. Yeah. Alright, 3 times. So he's just sitting here now. He doesn't need to do anything. Literally nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. Again, early rotating. This is nice. This is very nice. And this guy has a good position, so he's going to try to get above him. I think he wants to get on the hill behind him. That'd be really nice. I think that would be a really good position. That guy has a good position as well. Actually, this hill's that position that guy has is better. I don't know why he necessarily pushed at this guy. You got to pick a side of the ravine. That guy has a higher position, and if it goes into tilted, it's so much easier. I think that guy picked a better position, but it doesn't really matter. Notice how he switched to brick at this point. If people start to, oh, he switched back to wood, proving me wrong. Never mind. Fuck me, I guess. I was gonna say it's good to be using brick at this point because most people are using wood. Number 1. Number 2, you want to try to keep your mass even, and number 3, if people are shooting at you, it's better to use the things that have higher starting HP. Brick and metal both have higher starting HP than wood. But if nobody's shooting him, he doesn't give a crap. I like to keep my mats even starting in the late game because it's likely. Oh my goodness, he had 2 launch pads. It's okay, he actually misses both of those, and that's gonna be trouble because this guy behind is gonna try to beam him, but he actually doesn't. He just uses his launch pad as well. So rotating in here, using the launch pad. Actually, that's one of the first times that we've seen. Oh Jesus, he might die. That's one of the first times that we've seen Zexrow not go early to the zone. The guy's using a campfire. He doesn't really need to pressure him like crazy. He's gonna have time to use his med kit unless this guy starts pressuring. Dynamite, no! That sucks. Dynamite's annoying in that manner. So it still gives him time to use it because the zone's so far, and he can use this launch pad. Oh, that might be. Maybe he realized that he had a launch pad, so that's why he dropped the grappler. I'm not sure if I doubt that he had the launch pads all the way back then, but oof. Oh no! That sucks. Honestly, though. It's fine. I actually no, it's not that fine. It would have been really nice to have high ground, especially with the amount of mats that he has still, and how people are playing. But he doesn't really care that much. There he goes again. Look at this, going straight to the next zone. Next zone right away. This is Zexrow likes to play this way. He just immediately goes there, and here we go. He's gonna farm all the way as he goes through. Nobody else is around the area now, so he's just gonna chill inside. Farm up as much as he can. Then go to the next area. Definitely comes out a net positive here in mats. Interesting how he went side to side there. Instead of trying to go straight up the mountain. Right? Went up sideways instead of going straight up the mountain. I don't know, maybe it's a question for me still. I don't know if this is truly an answer, but I'm kind of thinking that he's trying to make sure that he has somewhat vision of what's going on his side. Like he can easily turn and look if somebody starts shooting him. If he's behind, he has to turn around 180 degrees, and that makes it really slow. So maybe, so I'm going to turn this into a question. Right. Oops. Went up sideways instead of going straight up the mountain. Answer is so he has 90 degrees to turn to look at people rather than 180 degrees. So going down here is really good just because of the virtue that there's the natural cover now from people. Notice how those clingers weren't even close. The first ones weren't even close to him. The guy had to peek over so hard to be able to even get an angle on him, and now he's exposed and other people are shooting him, and now the pressure's off Zexrow. So let's see. Let's slow this down. That guy starts turtling. Zexrow's like, okay, we're good. Ooh, nice shot. Good awareness there. That's solid awareness. He's actually baiting this guy into shooting him. It's pretty cool. So normally, like I would probably have put stairs up in front of that guy, and that would have made the guy not do anything. But in this case, Zexrow's like baiting him. He's like, shoot me, I dare you. Like, open a window on me. I'm gonna heavy you, right? He doesn't care. And instead of blocking off walls where people are, Zex baits them. Right, he has the aim to be able to just punish people like that. Just puts a wall to the side as soon as the angle stops, shoots this guy out. This guy drops on top of him, tries to get a shot. Nothing happened there. Again, going for the natural cover, going into the building was really nice. That's what people are really good at, is sneaking and snaking through established builds, saving mats, all sorts of other stuff. It's really nice. Every time he gets the chance to farm, he does. This guy scuffed. Take another shot. Look how he didn't tunnel on that guy. That's important, right? He didn't tunnel on that guy. Not tunneling on people he has the opportunity to kill, right? Because if you tunnel at this point in the game, there's still two other people who could come up behind you and take you out, right? He spammed a little bit and then was like, okay, this guy's just gonna be able to put stairs up. Like, I'm good. I don't need to worry about it. Staying on the edge. Look. Oof. This is the worst time to pause, but it was nice. That guy didn't even know he was there because he's on the edge. And that rocket was actually not meant for him at all, but oh well. Oh my goodness. Peace, I guess. Oh my goodness.
Don't explode me.
Oh my god. What are you talking about, dude? Can we watch that again? What do I mean by tunneling? We'll show it right here. So you notice how this guy hops in his box, right? A lot of players would be like, okay, well, he does open it, he does get a shot, okay, but now at this point, players would be like, oh my god, I'm gonna edit, I'm gonna place a trap, I'm gonna try to push this guy's mine, I'm gonna kill him, 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 and then they died because there's somebody else who comes from jumping down on top of high ground and comes behind him, and boom, right back at you, right? That's what we mean by tunneling. But instead, he backs off immediately. He's like, okay, I can't get this kill, we're gone. And that was the case. This guy was coming right after you. Right after him. If he tunnels there, this guy shoots a plasma. I mean, obviously he hit him with one, but...
Oh my god.
Plasma. Quad launcher. Damn, Felix. Damn. Oh, damn. Honestly. This is the importance of late game aim. Aim is one of the most important things in the end game. 100%. This is where that Kovacs comes in. Is these situations exactly. That was insane. That was disgusting. Kovacs is an aim trainer, sorry. Yeah, that was nuts. Alright, hot drop here is tilted, so he's dropping tilted. Doesn't care who is playing the game, just going for it. Yeah, it's 10 kills anyways, yeah. What's up, Badger? What up, what up? So I'm interested, I've never actually watched Zexrow drop tilted. I always watch him drop Viking. That's the majority of the stuff that I've watched him, because I usually watch him play scrims. So, which modes do you guys use in Kovacs for aim training? I use Top Frenzy. I use Ascended Tracking V2. I use Skeet 101. I use pressure aiming, 7 targets pressure aiming, something like that. So he has like the worst freaking loot of all time right here. Finally has an AR, something that you can use. But that shotgun slot's looking mighty empty. IC long strafes. I don't actually like the IC long strafes match anymore. I find Ascended Tracking way better. Way better.
No, give me your AK. Don't kill me.
Yeah, okay, so that's something interesting, right? He notices people's... I was wondering this. I was 100% wondering this. Does Zexrow decide fights based on what he hears other people have? Does he decide, I want to push this guy because you have an AK? Or what's the thought process there? Right? He definitely listens to people, listens to what they have, and pushes them based off of what they possibly have. That's 100% a thing. I was wondering that for the longest time. Let's write that. Oops. Game. Zexrow pushes people based on what they have. When he hears an AK and he doesn't have it, he pushes because he wants the AK. So push people based on possible loot gain. Yeah, I think that's what Zex does. And I know you guys probably can't hear him, but he did say, "Ooh, give me your AK," and then he pushed this guy and got his AK. I think that's definitely a thing. It's obviously it's not just possible loot. This is guaranteed he has an AK, right? This is confirming, yes, he has an AK. Yes, I want that. Let's go. Right? It's not, oh, this guy possibly has a Rift to Go or Grappler, like we're talking about normally, where we talk about loot disadvantages and advantages and stuff like that. This is, he has an AK. He has a Deagle. He has a heavy sniper. That's mine. Right? This is guaranteed loot if you kill this guy. I really want to see a VOD review on Atlantis Metro too. Yeah, I did too, but unfortunately, he doesn't freaking stream anything decent. I've tried, man. I've tried to look into doing VOD reviews of him, but like all his stuff that he streams is not good to, I don't know, watch. He streams pubs, playgrounds. Like, I actually, you know what? I did want to do a VOD review of the playground session of Metro, like of Atlantis in general. I don't even know if Zexrow played CS. Yeah, he did. He was a very good CS player. He played in Rank G in ESCA. Badger, thank you for the follow, man. Nice shot. That's CS strafing there, back and forth.
Where, dude? Like, come on. Why are you shooting me and not fighting? Fuck off.
Oops. Let's speed this up. Ain't nothing here. Wish I could go back in time to the winter qualifiers, dude. Me too. I wish, man. It was so much fun. But I would definitely recommend play the events, play the cups. I think there's gonna be solo cups this week. I'm guessing just based on how they're doing it. I think there's gonna be a different type of mode this week. The cups are like, it's as best as you can get to the winter qualifiers. Like it's still so much fun. I've played the duos multiple times since the qualifiers, and they've been a blast. Got that Nick Merc face cam going on? Yeah, unfortunately, I do. Unfortunately, I do. Try to lower the boom arm a little bit to see a little bit more of my face, but like, I guess I could lower it, but then you end up seeing mostly Mike, and I'm not a fan of that look. But let me know how this is a little better. Did I qualify? No, unfortunately. I got 25 points. That was my best. I was on 25 points 2 sessions. I was on 24 the other session, but for an hour I completely threw. It was exhausting. A few months ago, I thought the aim skill gap in this game was pretty unimportant, but with everyone's building skill being so equal nowadays, the cup mats plus moving zone plus AK aim is playing a pretty big role. Yeah, and Deagle too. Yep, for sure. For sure. Alright, so this is the first game we actually see him doing most of his farming himself. Yeah. The majority of the farming that he's done has been by himself because he only has 1 kill. I don't know if maybe I haven't been crazy paying attention, but ooh, taking a look at what he can buy for. Okay, interesting. Interesting that he bought the chug jug. I never would have guessed that. I actually think that's a really good investment, right? So this is cool. Thank you for the follow, Blade 5. I appreciate that, man. Minecraft sucks. This is game 4 of whatever VOD I'm watching. Unfortunately, that doesn't help, but it will help if you want to rewatch the VOD review. First game where we see him do most of the farming himself. Has a decent loadout. He wants the upgraded pump, heavy slot, maybe upgraded AK, more minis, and mobility. That's what he's looking for. And one of the things that he's still doing, right? This is still the stage of the game that he's looking for fights, right? We've talked about how he's roaming this area. In normal games where he's dropping Viking, he's roaming this entire area. He goes to Soccer Field, he goes to Tilted, he goes to the Corrupted Zone, he goes to Shifty. He's third partying all around. He's third partying and looking for fights all around this area. So this is still that time period where he's comfortable fighting, right? He's very comfortable fighting. He's looking for fights. So that's why buying the chug jug is actually really reasonable, right? Because what does he normally get out of fights? He normally gets brick and metal. So investing the brick and the metal here is not a bad idea in a chug jug where he can recover very well from a fight, especially a rough fight. And it's getting to the point where he's starting to run into only pros or only very, very good players. So yeah, I like that investment a lot. I'm gonna write that down. Investing brick metal game is not actually awful, especially when you still expect to fight and get rewarded with max brick, max metal, right? It's still super meta for most people to farm to max and then go. You see Tifu, you see Zexrow, you see people like Mitro. They don't care so much about max brick, max metal. They just care about being at a comfortable material level and getting the rest of their mats from kills. And that's how most people play pubs, but when they go into scrims, they don't think that way anymore. They don't. They get max metal, max brick, max wood, and then they rotate. Or they look for opportunities to get that on the rotate, but not through kills. They're trying to hide. They're trying to hide in buildings and farm out, right? Have you only reviewed Zexrow's Winter Royale so far? Yeah, I'm only doing Zexrow tonight. I'm probably going to be ending the stream in about half an hour. I'm gonna try to get through as much of this as possible, but that's gonna be the extent of it. I started late tonight. I want to finish my video tonight. We're gonna be talking about a lot of the concepts that we talked about tonight in the video. I already have most of it done. I just have a few more clips I want to talk about and add. I said it was rendering, but I realized that I wanted to add more stuff. So 2 gold vending machines, by the way. Really nice. Interesting that he rotates back into Tilted. This is actually somewhere where he is going to find fights again. Even though Tilted was cleared out, if he comes back through here, he's going to find people farming in buildings. He's going to find people who's looking for straggle loot type of opportunities. And now, yeah, he's farming back up. It's starting to get low amount of players, so he might as well transfer to playing for placement, right? There's only 7 more people need to die before he gets a point for placement. So he might as well go that route. So there he goes, farming back up. I don't know who I'm going to review next week, but if you have suggestions on what you want to see next week, that'd be great. I hope that I can find somebody who streamed their Winter Royale finals games, the 6 games from the Winter Royale like finals in EU, or I'm not sure when the NA games, if anybody knows about that. But this one's gonna be quick because these games aren't really official or anything like that. So Zexrow's not playing as hard as he possibly could. And actually, that's the reason why he actually streamed these at all, is because he's not playing. He's not showing off his strats. He's not doing anything crazy. He's just kind of doing his thing. Just playing a normal game with no specific strategy. Do a Rafa VOD. I would if I was a Quake player. Right now. Obviously, I have reviewed Rafa VODs in the past, but not for the public to see. I'd love to do that though. Dip my feet into Quake. I doubt I'm going to be doing that for a while though. Seem like most of the people at the top of the leaderboard then stream, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately. I think that's the case, but that'll be different in NA for sure. There's always a few people streaming in NA. EU's very non-stream focused. Ooh, he might be. Ooh, I like that. You saw how sometimes you have that position where Rafa just won DreamHack. Dude, he wins everything, doesn't he? It's kind of unfair though, man. Like, I feel like nobody plays that game. I'm not hating on Rafa. Rafa is the best, probably one of the best competitors of all time in esports, but I feel like nobody's playing Quake right now, man. And even in that state, like, even with that statement being true, that game is still like one of the hardest games of all time. Even if it's dumbed down in Quake Champions. So yeah, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. When staggered stairs pushing, and what I mean by staggered stairs is when one person is pushing one side and one person is pushing, and your stairs would cross, like they would pass each other. When staggered stairs pushing an opponent, sometimes the opponent gets a cone off on you and the wall and edits the wall. You can sneak down underneath. So we saw what he did, right? Watch this. There it is. 1 times. That wall gets placed, and he edited. What did he do? He edited this side, edited this 3 pieces. So he gave Zexrow the opportunity to sneak out there. Which is really cool. Yo, Alex from outer space. Outer space. Yo, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, man. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Thank you. So, gave him the opportunity to sneak out here. I think that's really good that he caught that. Gave himself that. I think he's dead. Nice. Good edits out. I think that's really good that he edited out there, because if we look at his HP, all it takes is 1 pump shot. All it takes is 1 good pump shot. Sure, he could get a good pump shot on him, but he's trying to heal right now. He's trying to stay safe, and he's right outside of that spectrum where he could get that point. Right. This kill in and of itself, it's not going to give him a point. Surviving this fight is going to give him a point. I don't care about the kill if I'm Zexrow. As long as I survive this guy, I get a point. Okay. Every time the guy gets the wall, Zexrow backs out. immediately. He doesn't try to put a stare. He doesn't try to block him or whatever. He just backs out right away. So it's really good. I think Zexrow's dead here, unfortunately, but he definitely is thinking that way. Like, ooh, he might. Yeah, getting shot from the bottom now. Getting shot from everybody now. He's in trouble.
I don't know why they're focusing me not to go above it.
I love the Terminator. Talks as simple. I don't know too many other players in Quake Champions. I was a Quake Live boy, and a Quake 3 boy.
I just need to at least get 1 point. It's not a complete waste of time.
What's up, our dog? How are the reviews going? The reviews are going fantastic. We've just gotten through 4 games. We're probably going to do 1 more game after this. You got the best analytical Fortnite content, my dude. I had to do it. Yo, thank you, man. That truly means a lot. Oh my god, did that guy just shadow zone in? What the freak, dude? No, Alex, man, that means a lot to me. Thank you so much. What is this guy doing? What the heck? Legit. What the heck are you doing, brother? Frotato. If you're in the chat, what? Explain yourself. Raka? Raka plays Fortnite? The heck? Perfect. Glad I didn't miss it all. It'll be up on YouTube for sure. I'm going to upload this one. 100%. All right, going straight towards the hill. He has 40 seconds to make this rotate, and he's using the double ramps on the side of the hill. Makes it really hard for him to get knocked out, and at this point he's in really good shape. That guy's not chasing him down. There's another player to the side over there. Now he needs to wall up again. All right, this is actually a decent position as long as he doesn't get exploded. This player's not paying attention. So, one word to sum up Zexrow's performance. One word. Kovacs. I mean, yeah, Kovacs. What's up, Epsilon? I really like he's so consistent on doing this, on getting to the zone early. I mean, everybody stresses the importance of going to zone early, but like Zexrow has not failed to do it a single time throughout the games, unless he had a launch pad or some sort of rift to go where he could stay far. And I think the consistent players are doing this. If you stay on the edge of the zone, you're risking a lot. Oh my god, see? Kovacs. What are you talking about? Kovacs. Kovacs! Sorry. It allows you to do that, man. Literally everybody who's in zone right now is all healing, and everybody who's behind him is all dead. So he gets to pick and choose whichever position he wants because nobody else is paying attention to each other. Literally everybody else is healing. Finally, that guy's starting to, yeah, okay. Finally, they're starting to move. But he's in zone right now. He's in zone. He waits for it, and now he sees I actually have one of the better positions towards the next zone, so I'm good. Why do you think he decided to fight instead of rotating first? He already rotated, right? He already made a really good rotation, and there was those 2 people, and he got tons of opportunities. He stays on height. He's on the height. If he forces those guys down first, he's in a good position. He just got the kills, but even if he didn't get those kills, he would have been trying to force those guys down and stay on the hill as long as possible, because then he could maybe take high ground in the next zone. But he just killed them both, and now he's Gucci. Look at the position he just took. How did he take this position? Build fight. He realizes this. He realizes they're both down on low ground because they were both healing. This is what happens because he stayed in the zone, because he beamed all the guys going to zone early, right? And now you see, like, he just builds up on the high ground and the established build. Nobody else can take this anymore. He wins this game. We're going to take some notes about this game for sure. What's that hit, lame? Ooh.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci
Buffaloon, yo, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the follow, and I appreciate the subsequent Twitch Prime, man. Means a lot to me. I appreciate that, guys. Am I doing a summary at the end? Yeah, I'm gonna go over my notes at the end. We should be getting to the midway point of this one. They're both focusing him because he has the height. That makes sense. Nice. That guy's low again. Chances are that guy had some sort of big shields. Or no, I guess it doesn't really matter. Constantly reloading, making sure that he does have the ammo, so he can take shots whenever he gets a chance. This is solid, just high ground positioning. Like literally, how many mats did he spend in that entire rotate on the high ground? Not many, right? Maybe like 100. Now he spent another 100 just by making that tarp, making this tarp. And yeah, the guy behind, he's actually focusing on this guy because he knows this guy is low, right? He's focusing on this guy and doesn't care about this guy so much because this guy is low. If he gets this kill, then he can focus on a 1v1 situation. And he knows that guy's not really a threat because he's under him. There he goes. He gets the kill. Sean H. Our boy Sean H. Alright, gets outbuilt, actually. Now he's in a rough position. This guy doesn't necessarily...
This guy have so many maps.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That was actually the player who was low, right? Based on the skins, that guy was the guy who's low. So Zexrow was really confident facing up there. I was very confident facing up there. Yo, Buffaloon, appreciate it, man. Welcome back, Superlex. I was thinking he does that in the last rotation because he needed the kills. Oh, that's a really good point, actually. Plus, really good point. I didn't think about that. So let's take some notes. When staggered stairs pushing. Okay, so we're all the way back there. Oh my goodness. Positioning since I've been here has been money, making all the right moves. Yeah, dude, he always does. Rip Sean. So yeah, so when close to the placement threshold, doesn't place, 6 backs up as much as possible, doesn't fight, was forced, doesn't do anything to try to draw attention, just does as much as possible to survive. If the guy gets an edit, so what? Just move away, right? Every time the guy got an edit on him, he would back out through a wall, right? He got a loot delivery system, which was pretty cool, which brought him one kill closer to a point. But yeah, moving with the natural ground or zone again, early rotating, and because of his kill position, 3 kills, or I guess he only had 2 kills at that point. He stayed and beamed, not only to force people off the mountain to heal, or so that to force people off the mountain so that he could take high ground possibly later, but to get those kills. Also, when, yeah, we'll type this as a separate note. When he beamed the people rotating, he knew they were no threat when he cleaned up the final people rotating, which gave him the opportunity to rotate with no mats. They were no threat because he knew he got them low, right? What else? What else? Because this is like kind of cascading like flowchart of what happened throughout the game. So, but whatever. It's kind of important, kind of nice analysis, I guess. But because he got those players low, they needed to heal. They stayed low ground. Zexrow waited for zone and then just walked up an old build fight and got height for free. Literally free. 30 mats to build stairs. Right? Freaking ridiculous. Ridiculous. What else? Let's watch the back. Let's watch the end back again. This zone gives him some space to work with. Yeah, keeping track. When making sure, he makes sure that the other player is not a threat, right? He makes sure that that other player is not a threat. So he goes and tries to finish off the player who's alive right now. Tries to finish him off, but he doesn't manage to do it. But regardless, now he knows, and now he knows that this player is the low player.
Let's go have somebody else.
I think that guy was dead regardless. I guess he could have got himself with some walls and some stuff. Didn't Zexrow get third at TwitchCon? Yeah, he did. Him and Vinny. Love the content, man. Keep it up. Yo, thank you, Buffaloon. I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that, and the Twitch Prime sub. Much love. Have you done a Mr. Savage VOD yet? No, I'm planning to watch some of that to see if I can either make a video or do a VOD review on it. Also notice that Zex is always mid-zone with the storm to his back. Yeah. One thing that's really cool is that how these players literally... did I do that? No, I didn't do that. What the heck? How these players literally... They stay on the edge of the zone, and they give themselves enough room where... They give themselves enough room where they can take shots and they never take damage to the storm. Like I watch lesser players and they'll start taking shots and they don't give themselves enough room and they end up taking like a tick to the storm every time they decide to take shots. These guys never take any ticks. This last fight, even though he has the floor in the pyramid and can edit them, he instead just builds into the zone and blocks the other guy instead of just editing and forcing the fight. What do you mean by that? Let's watch. That was a nice shot, shoot down. That was a nice reset.
Oh.
I don't think he had the floor in the pyramid. Nah, he didn't have the floor here. This is his floor. Zex puts the pyramid, but that was his that was the other player's floor. Both times. When you use Kovacs and you're setting up your sense, do you use your ADS or hipfire sense from Fortnite? I have 1.0 ratio, so they're both the same for me. So it's really easy. Convertibles might have some thoughts on which one you want to use. Yeah. All right. Let's try to get one more game in. I don't know. We'll see. No, he dies fast. All right, that's gonna be a wrap for me. We're gonna end it there because I think we've learned a lot already. And it's already 10 o'clock, which is the end of my typical streams, and I want to finish my video, so I'm gonna end it there. You see that China tournament with the final circle not closing in? I did. Let's go over the notes. Let's go over what we learned. This is something that everybody should do. I'm gonna open this in full screen, and we're gonna go ahead and try to just review everything. And if there's anything that we need to think about, we need to make sure that we note that specifically in our head and make sure that we're reminding ourselves, right? We can just take notes, and this could all go down the dumpster. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't think about it again. So taco is an alternate drop. That's something I definitely want to experiment with if I'm dropping retail. When Doghouse or Blacktops gets 50-50, you just drop taco instead. It's risky, but you possibly have the opportunity there for something, because there's three or four floor loot spots, which is pretty good. Full shield just pushes instead of floor loot. I like this a lot, relying on the hip fire with the AK. That's something I need to do for sure. For sure. I've used 1-1 ratio forever in all the games that I've ever played. So good crosshair placement. I want to do a video about good crosshair placement, about editing specifically. It's just going to be so hard. I literally have a few ideas of where to start, but yeah, that's going to be a rough one. But this was talking about the chap edit stairs backwards instead of half editing stairs, right? The hip fire with the AK though, I definitely want to experiment with and get better at, because he literally jumps and hip fires and gets tags like all the time, like pre-fight. It's really nice. This is nice what he did here. Obviously some of you guys didn't see this, but as soon as somebody started spamming grenade launcher as a third party and they were down on the ground fighting, Zexrow just got the fuck out of there, because there's so much RNG with grenades landing or ricocheting in directions that you don't want to be there. This is normal. This is something that definitely we should note though, is if you're into Zexrow's style, this is a pivotal part of his style, right? Looking for the early engagements, looking for the third parties opportunities, looking for the engagement with the loot and balance by using rifts, right? We saw him drop retail and head to the racetrack rift. We saw him drop castle and use the rift there, and then also use the rift at the Der Burger head. And then we know that he drops Viking and he uses that rift super efficiently. So that's his main drop, right? So that's part of his style. So look for places with rifts, maybe motel, maybe racetrack, maybe castle, stuff like that. Paradise, for example, we saw he drops Paradise later in the VODs. This is a tip for me to how to loot castle properly. This is important. Both of these notes, right? Even though there's established ramps, if people have the opportunity to run up them pre-fight or in the middle of a fight, even though they're already there, you can still pyramid them, right? Just because the pattern is typically he's rushing at me, he's ramping at me, our ramps are going to meet, I'm going to pyramid him here. You can just do this middle of like on old ramps all the time. Like you can just do it. And then changing levels during build fights, especially when the opponent is static, he's looking for you in one position, you move to the different position, but change altitude. It's better than changing left to right. It's harder to track altitude, I think, especially when there's not new builds. This is cool. Jumping off a build, he rotated his body and then placed a stair instead of trying to place a floor and the stair and then out. So it's hard to visualize, but people who saw that will remember, and that's definitely something that we want to go through for sure. The timing of fighting, I'm going to put a video out on somewhat of that, so I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Pushing based on what you hear is really cool. When you need an upgraded AK, or you need an upgraded AR and you hear an AK, push the AK. Gives you that opportunity to get that. Ooh, this is nice. Investing brick and metal early game in a vending machine, right, is not actually awful, especially when you still expect to fight and get rewarded with max brick/metal. That was awesome. That's awesome. You saw how aware Zexrow was about the placement threshold when it was 13 players up. You saw him how passive he got. He just became super passive, tried to heal, tried to stay alive as much as possible, just because he was so close to that placement threshold. Regardless if he didn't have kills at that point in the game, he ended up that game with 7 points. So starting from no points, coming into the first placement threshold. Yeah. Cool. Which taco? The taco at retail. The taco at retail. Even though I was late, thanks for doing these. As always, learning/improving. Yeah, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to be posting these to YouTube as usual. I'm going to be doing my YouTube outro any second. Yeah, actually, let's do it now. Guys, thanks you for watching. If you want more of that content, you can come to my Twitch channel, drop a follow, subscribe on YouTube, like all the social media, and follow me on all the social media. And we'll be back with more content just like this.